Thom Brooks is the Dean and Chair in Law and Government at Durham Law School. He joins us now from Durham in the UK. Thanks so much for being with us, Thom. You're the legal expert. Do you think laws were broken here? And I mean, is it illegal if Donald Trump genuinely believes that there was fraud that he's trying to uncover?
The fact that he kind of just has this thought that there might be some kind of fraud to uncover is not enough to justify anything like this. It's not a defense to any criminal charges, so he wouldn't be able to say that. I mean, really, the only person on the planet that seems to the origin of this claim that there was fraud in the first place, the source of this claim is himself, and he makes remarks in this tape and reportedly that it's not on social media or the mainstream news where he's getting this. It's Trump media where this stuff is coming from. It seems to be completely falsified. There's no facts at all. There's been a number of Republican appointed judges in different states who've just ruled out of court and just threw right out claims that there was any fraud in any of the states he's contested. He's not won any of, he's not been able to reverse anything and won't be able to. So this is real desperate stuff. And at the same time, I think that there really will be criminal charges. A lot of things have been held off so far as he is president, but on behavior around this and other matters, these may well be unlocked as soon as he leaves office.
Right. Let's look a little bit then at those other matters. Throughout his presidency, he had this Teflon quality. Nothing would stick, and nobody even really cared when, these scandals were revealed, potentially illegal maneuverings were shown to the public. It just didn't matter. But now that he has to return to civilian status, I mean, do you think we will really see prosecutions and penalties?
I think we will. There's certainly, there has been a Teflon quality. He's got a core of supporters that have remained steadfastly loyal, although they have decreased as a percentage of the electorate. And of course, he did lose the general vote both times, right? So he did not win the popular vote either time he ran for president. He won the Electoral College the first time round, but certainly not the second. So he's got a large devoted group of supporters for sure, but they are declining size. And I think what will be different now is when he leaves that office of the grand office of the presidency and becomes a civilian like you or me, he's not going to have the various protections of being the head of the executive branch, and he will be subjected to the laws just like anybody else will be. And there's a range of issues and alleged crimes that have occurred during his presidency that I think will be looked at going back to the whole affair, the Russian affair, during his first election campaign. So I think that's going to be, we've not seen the end of Donald Trump. He's going to want to remain in our headlines. And I think I wouldn't rule out a trial sometime the next year.
Yeah, and you have to question, I mean, he has his steadfast supporters. We know that. And they came out in force in this election on November 3rd. But, to what extent has he made a lot of enemies by actually, offending the people he's wanted to ultimately help him? He's basically just now, telling Georgia's election authorities that they helped perpetuate fraud.
And these are people who, and it shouldn't matter what party they're in, it's bad enough. But these are people that are on his side. These are Republicans. He's also been lashing out at the Supreme Court. Many of its members he picked himself. He put them there. He's saying that they're somehow not loyal enough people to his cause. Of course, that's not the purpose of a Supreme Court justice. They're not to be partisan in office anyway. But he's been lashing out at friends and foes alike. And I think that whatever cover he's been able to run under in terms of getting votes for the presidency, people who support his party more generally or don't support the Democrats, I think there's, when all is said and done and he leaves the White House, he's going to find he's got no friends left. The only people he's been close to that he hasn't attacked viciously has been his own children, it seems, in this whole debacle. Everyone else seems to be fair play to him.
Yeah.
including many members of his administration. So I think that when he leaves, he's going to find himself with few friends left. His former close lawyer, Cohen, has been close to him for a long time, of course, has pleaded guilty to a criminal charge and is cooperating with the authorities against Trump. I think the net is going to be circling in on him. And I think that explains, actually, a lot of desperation. This is not entirely a product of ego. I think this is a part of a plan for self-survival. I think he knows what's coming, and we haven't even touched on the tax affairs.
Right. And we'll also see that. I mean, I don't know. When you say, he's made these enemies, we watched like Ted Cruz be completely insulted and humiliated by the president, and yet he is now one of his steadfast supporters, Lion Ted. Okay, Thom, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for being with us from Durham. We're going to